Welcome back to the podcast, episode 27. Here today with Little Kev and Big Kev.
I just love the way you smiling, man. Good job. It's been a good week. It was a short work week, which I was happy about. But work don't stop.
Yeah, I kind of enjoyed this week too. I got some hours at work. I got a schedule at work that I'm looking forward to doing. Wow, and I'm just in a way so thankful and happy and enjoy, man. You know how things do fall in place.
You like Pharrell? I'm so happy. Clap along if you feel like a room without a roof. No?
Keep your job. Keep your day job. Leave the singing too.
Man, I got like 3 jobs.
Leave your singing. And your singing got to be down all the way at the end.
Yeah, oh, no, that's not on the list.
Oh, yeah.
That's
okay.
a hobby.
Okay.
That's a hobby. I think it can be very lucrative. I might got to start, putting out my mixtape of my R&B jams. So everybody know about this voice.
Yeah. Send me a demo.
Oh, man. But that's good, man. I'm glad you had a good week. I'm glad things are coming together. I gotta, after this, I gotta go to the gym and work on putting some things together with my group of guys. It's gonna be a little challenge, but I love doing it. So what more can I ask for?
That's right.
Yeah, so what we talking about today, Pops?
Well, our topic today is thankful. Things to be thankful for.
Oh, man. Ask me why I wanted to talk about that.
Why did you want to talk about that?
I am so glad you asked. A lot of times it's easy to feel down or kind of be struggling with things,
Right.
But we don't look at the blessings we have.
That's so true.
It's like you want all this stuff to be better, right? And you kind of, in a way, aren't grateful for things you do have, right?
That's right. We take things for granted.
Yeah, you take it for granted.
Right.
Like I'm up here woofing today, right? But I could easily have no here. Oh, my bad.
Oh, you know what? I'm glad to have no hair. It's work keeping your hair clean.
It is, man. Like I ain't.
It's easier running around woofing.
Yeah, I thought I had a hat on for a minute. Then.
Yeah, I'm surprised you don't have a hat on.
It's whatever though. I'm rocking out with it.
But you know what though? The funny thing about it was when you said the topic or something like that. You know what? I was thinking that too because Thanksgiving.
Yep.
Was like that, and so I was thinking about that for a topic too. And it was just funny when you said that. And like today, like I'm just thankful. And first of all, I gotta thank God. I gotta thank God for really never giving up on me when I gave up on Him. So I definitely shout Him out and put Him with the joy that I have in life today because, in all my thanks, it all got to go through Him. Got to.
My man. What else you thankful for?
I'm thankful. I'm thankful for my family. First of all, I'm definitely grateful for you, Brianna. I gotta say, Kiara, Kai. And the family in general, because you know what? Without y'all, I don't even know where I would be today. And I always say, I gotta thank God for y'all too. So I always gotta put Him like first. But I'm definitely thankful. I'm thankful for all that y'all gave me. See, because I always look at, if it wasn't for y'all, you, Brianna, I don't know where I would really be. because see, you know what? It's so deep when, like, for me, because you know that helped me get off drugs. You know, y'all was the main reason that I wanted to get off drugs. But you know, like, and I say it, like, I'm so thankful because y'all loved me when everybody else was kind of down on me, and y'all never gave up on me. Which I can say some of the other family members too never gave up on me, but y'all was the most important to me. And you know, and the love that y'all showed me even when I was down, you know, and that kind of raised me and brought me back to life. Like, not make me perfect, but because I still made mistakes. You know, you know. One of the things that I still gotta say too, that comes to that one of the top of my line of being thankful for, and to a lot of people it might sound crazy, but I'm thankful for my incarceration because my incarceration brought me closer to God, you know, which taught me a new look on life and to see things different, to change the way that I was thinking, you know, to put me in a positive direction. Like when you said things that to be thankful for, you know, there's so many things to be thankful for. You know, I gotta be thankful for every day that I wake up. You know, I gotta be thankful for my health, and you know, like that. Like when we talk about a roof, food to eat, there's so many things to be so thankful for. You know, what are some of the things you're thankful for?
I know. I wanna ask you some questions.
Oh, go ahead.
Yeah. So, I think that one of the biggest transformations, like you said, from being incarcerated was that your relationship with God kind of grew, and you went to church occasionally when I was younger. But what really changed and kind of got you more in tune with the Bible?
It's funny because, like, you could say I went to church, and it's funny because yeah, I went to church, but that's all that I did. I went to church for really for show. The day I didn't know what I knew, I didn't have God really in me. You know, like some way He got in me in my heart today. It's totally different. It's different, like in the way that I see life. See, like just showing up, like it's just like showing up to a basketball game and not doing nothing, just being there, just going through the motions. Like the day, like I learned and it showed me, like, like my eyes been open. My eyes was shut. Even when I went to church, my eyes was closed. My eyes was closed. My heart was closed. Like the day I'm open, when we talk about how, it opened me up a little bit more. It made me see life different. It made me realize, like, I just can't, like, if you know anything, like for people that do know about that, if anybody know Paul, I felt like I'm Paul on the road to Damascus now. I've been hitting. I've been, my eyes can see today. I can hear today. Not all the time now. I'm not like that all the
Yeah,
time.
you don't always hear.
Well, we definitely don't always see what somebody else's way, but I'm just trying to see God's way and not my way today.
It's funny. A couple of weeks ago, I was at Jamie Lee's class,
Right.
and they were asking. I can't remember what the exact question was, but it got me to talk about how your relationship with God kind of grew.
Right.
And I was telling them about how we'd be on the phone, and I'm like, yo, I think my dad's turning into a minister now. He's out here preaching, and now look at you, out here quoting stories and whatnot. But
Yeah.
I can definitely tell that having your faith to lean on is something that you're very thankful for, and it's really had a good impact on you. And so no matter what anyone's religion is, I think that having your faith in something is something that can definitely carry you through tough times.
It definitely, I mean, like, you know what? It carried me through my incarceration. It taught me how to live, man. Like, you know, I always thought I knew how to live. I can always, but you know what? Like today, I'm thankful for the little things. You know, before you may want this, you may want that. And like you said, you forget about the things to be thankful for. You know, just like when I have a problem, like, or I'm having a bad day, you know what? I look for something to be thankful for. I look for something to lift me up. See, because like all my life, I used to like think negative, you know, because then when I'm looking at something negative, I ain't got far. Like I used to always say, I don't got far to fall. Like today, I don't want to fall. I want to be raised up. You know, I want to look up. You know, so even in tough times, like you know what, it's always like they used to say that silver lining. It's always there. And it's not hard. It's not hard to even see. Like, you know, we ain't always gonna have good days. We ain't always gonna, like, you know, me and you last week, that was a rough thing. Like, even when we got off the air.
What happened?
Oh, how we was debating.
I don't remember.
Okay, good.
I don't recall.
Good. I'll refresh your memory later on.
Were there any punches thrown?
No, we're not gonna get the punches. That's the negative part of it.
I didn't give you a little kidney shot?
No, you wouldn't give me a hug neither.
Yeah, it's all good.
But you know, just to be here with you, just to, like you know, like thankful. You know what? Like when you said that, it was just so much. You know, I'm so thankful for my health, and like I said, I gotta contribute all this to God. You know, for the breath. You know, for all the stuff that I put in my body, the drugs, the alcohol, everything that I used to do at one time, and to still be able to run at the bus, you know what I mean? Still be able to run down the street, and like I think I'm in good health for my age and everything. You know, I'm knock on wood too, because I don't want to think, but I'm just thankful.
I know one thing you're not in good enough health for.
What's that? Don't say play basketball.
You can play. You just can't touch me, that's all.
Well, you know what? With my new hours, come a little bit of workout time.
Oh, man, come through to the gym. I'll be in there. And then we can see what you got. We can see if you can still get to that elbow.
Oh, I definitely could get to the elbow.
Yeah,
I definitely could get to the elbow.
Thing.
You're going to block it?
Yeah.
I'm going to have to take you back to school.
I got another question for you.
Go ahead.
So what things from your family do you think kind of help you? You know, you said being there for you. Were there like any specific times that come to mind at all?
Specific time?
Yeah.
See, like, definitely specific time. You know, like when I'm saying the time, I'm saying when I was on drugs, y'all always was there, support me. I remember when y'all used to go to meetings with me.
Oh, yeah, we did go to your meetings with you.
I mean, y'all always been there. You know, y'all all, you know, like, it's so much, like, you know, my incarceration where y'all used to drive hours to just come visit.
Yeah, sometimes, you know, we'd drive longer than the visit was.
Yeah, definitely. And, you know, it's just like, you know, the biggest thing that I say my family is the love. It's no bigger thing that you can have than the love that y'all give. No material thing, no nothing. It's the love that y'all always gave. And that's the thing that I could always feel. And you know, when we talk about, like I always gotta say, when we talk about God, God is love. So it's the love that y'all gave me that saved my life, that got me here today.
Oh, man, so I know exactly what to get you for Christmas now. You know, I don't gotta get that fancy thing you asked for. I can just give you some love.
That's automatic.
Early Christmas gift.
No. The spirit of love. The spirit of love.
Hey, I'm gonna put that in a box.
No. You can't put that in the box.
No?
No, you can't put that. You can't put that in the box.
Can I order it off Amazon? Huh? Amazon got everything.
No, that come from the heart, baby.
Oh,
that
man.
come from the heart.
All right. I gotta figure out how to make that your Christmas gift. Save me a couple dollars.
Huh?
Save me a couple dollars.
You
trying to break me, man.
How many years you done broke me?
Oh man, but yeah, that's good. I think I'm thankful for definitely my relationship with God too. The other big thing I had on here was my support system. So parents, coaches, and talking about Coach Devin Twine, I'm gonna just put them in the friend bucket just because they're right there with like my closest friends. You know, Uncle Derek, who stepped in tremendously when I was younger. And my sisters, man, they had my back since day one. And then I've had some great mentors, along the way, and Doc and even Miss Garner. I feel like I don't give Miss Garner enough credit. But she was an integral part in putting together MGD. And so just having people like that to kind of help guide you in the right direction, and people that you can call on in times of need, are just something that I'm grateful for, because there were many times where I was in times of needs, and I was able to lean on someone. Whether if it was Devin, she's the one that kind of gave me this whole idea of when you're in a tough time, just thinking about 3 or 5 things that's going right. So whenever I'm super stressed or down, I'm like, yo, just Kevin, tell yourself 3 things right now that you're grateful for.
Yeah.
Then that instantly I'm starting to focus on positive things. So I'm like, okay, so what? I'm struggling with this. This thing doesn't seem like it's going right. But then, once you think about 3 things, next thing you know, you're on 4 or 5. You up to 10 things to be grateful for. And now you're feeling a lot better. And so now you're able to deal with that tough thing it's a little bit more easy to deal with, because now you're like, hey, big picture wise, I'm okay. Like, this little thing trying to steal my light, but my light about to shine because I got all these other sources, so my painting is going to be lit. But yeah, so definitely thank you for everybody that, have supported me and continue to, because, I think one thing to never underestimate is mental health. And definitely having people to lean on and hear you and talk to you and help guide you is very important. Another thing that I'm grateful for is, what I got to do after this. What I got to do after this, Dad?
You got to go coach.
I got to go coach, man.
Well, you know what? Go teach.
I'm doing a lot of teaching this season.
Well, but when you're coaching, you got to teach.
It's a lot of new guys. So that brings a bit of a challenge when, I thought we lost a lot last year. We lost a lot more this year. So it's like last year we probably had like 8 returning guys, So you got about half your group. This year we only had like 4. So it's basically a whole new team. So you got to essentially start from ground zero. So it's teaching a lot of the basics. But I appreciate that, because it allows me to break down basketball, really give guys teachings for the first time ever, But also, I coach because I like to mentor, something that I was very passionate about, that I became passionate about probably in college, really, and working with the program I was working with on campus. But, it just allows me to give back and kind of, just like people have kind of guided me through life,
Okay.
It allows me to kind of pay those experiences forward and help guide some of these young men. And, it's challenging, because sometimes they challenge me, but I also challenge them to become better and grow day in and day out. So it's kind of fun being able to do that, figuring out what makes certain guys tick. Sometimes you got to make a guy pissed off just to, open his eyes to some things and, help him grow and see, different things about life, and, just applying different principles on the basketball court to life in general. I think is one of the biggest things, whether it's communication, accountability, your work ethic, because how much you put into it in practice, or, outside of practice, just working on your game, is ultimately going to earn you more minutes, right?
Right.
Same thing in life. The harder you work in your career, the more you're going to be able to demand in salary and benefits. So there's a lot of things from the game of basketball that, parallel life. So it's like the perfect opportunity to try to teach these guys about what life is going to be like after high school basketball or after college basketball, for the guys that are fortunate enough to play at the next level. But, ultimately it's like Coach Ritten used to do for you all, preparing them for life.
Yeah.
So that's something that I'm definitely thankful to have the opportunity to do, because it also helps me. I feel like I grow as a leader every, day in and day out, I feel like, because there's something new that I'm dealing with, and especially with this new group. In years past, the team basically knew what they expect, right?
Right.
Now it's a lot of new guys. I got to teach them. So, it's funny. I was talking to, Tahir, because he goes to the high school. And, I asked if he knew one of our freshmen. And he was like, yeah. He was like, he told me he was scared to go to practice because of you. But, I love this kid. He's always there. He works hard. But it was just funny, like, hearing that. And I know he wasn't, like, scared. It's just fun, hearing different perspectives. But, hats off to this kid, because let's say he was scared, he's there. When some other people that are even older aren't. So it's just a fun experience, and it helps me grow. I help them grow. So, it's you give and you get with that. So that's probably one of the biggest things there.
You just saying, and one of the things another thing that I like to be thankful for too, and I like to be thankful for my experience, because my experience, you were touching on that, and you were saying a lot, but I'm really thankful for my experience, because it teaches me how to live life today.
Mm-hmm.
Like when you talk about coaching too, like and you gotta mold these new guys. Like, and what would come to mind too, the only way to keep what you got is to give it away. And like giving it to them kids, like what, it's like days, like some people around my job, some of the guys like me, and girls, they talk, because what, I'm always trying to give something to somebody. I'm always trying to give somebody what little knowledge I have. I'm be modest, humble about that. But it's something that I always could give. But it's not always like I give. But you know what? It helps me so much. And like that's one of the things. Like when I said I was incarcerated, and I talked to some people. I started a Bible study in there. Like I don't like to say I started it. God used me to start some things in school and jail and groups and different groups, and we grew. I had my own, like they didn't have Narcotics Anonymous. We started a Narcotics Anonymous program in jail. So, like giving it away really helped me. So, like that's what I'm saying. I'm so thankful, because what it done for me,
Mm-hmm.
And like I said, that's something with experience, and that's something that I can always give, and some always help.
So you really spearheaded those movements.
Well, like I said, you know what? It was to help people, but it also helped me. You know?
So you really led the charge with setting them up.
Huh?
It was setting them up though.
Well, like I said, once my eyes was open, I'm just trying to do what comes natural now.
So I'm gonna say yes. It's funny because the next thing I had on there was, I'm thankful for my journey, just because every obstacle we go through kind of makes us. It's like whatever it doesn't break us makes us. So that's something that I'm definitely thankful of, because all the adversities you kind of face as a child into your teen years ultimately makes you more resilient. The older you get. So that's something that I'm thankful for, and definitely. I think the things that we kind of went through, growing up is like it ultimately turned into doing this podcast, so things like that, I definitely appreciate, because you never know where you'll end up on this journey of life. So just appreciating each day, even the bad ones, because when you're still here, that's a blessing in itself. Something else that I'm thankful for is, recently I helped a friend of mine, Keys, with like a project she does.
Mm-hmm.
Like she's a photographer, but she also helps people tell their story. So like she'll kind of interview you and do these nice little kind of like a photo series, but each photo will have like quotes from the conversation that kind of tells the story. And she did one for me that I really liked because it gave me another opportunity to talk about my story, which is something that I want to continue to get better at doing. And just having an opportunity to, kind of spread the word about the podcast and things like that. But I love looking at the one she does of other people because it has made me change or look at life differently. I think a lot of times you see people and you don't think about like their story. Like everyone has some kind of story, right? So it's like even now, let's say most people just walk by homeless people on the street, right?
Right.
And not think twice or, look down on them. But, after, seeing some of the work she's done and interviewing people, it's more so like, what's this person's story? Like, what did they have? What did they go through? How did they kind of get here? I wonder if, a lot of people probably assume that these people are just complacent, but, there's some people out there that are still fighting, trying to make advancements. So it's just like, now when I look at people, I'm thinking like, what's this person's story? Even if it's a random person out there, working with kids or something, it's like, how did you get to this point? It's just something that I'm thankful for because now, I think it just makes you appreciate your own journey a little bit more and also appreciate what other people have gone through. And, when people are giving back, it's just like the kind of what's prompted that. So it's just something that I kind of carry with me now a little bit. So I'm happy for that. And then the last thing on my list, I don't know if you had anything else. But
No, go ahead.
I said I was thankful for basketball. And it kind of goes back to what I was talking about earlier. But, basketball has taught me a lot about life, just like the value of working hard, being accountable, how to communicate with others, how to work with others because, working on a team isn't always the easiest, especially when, there's a lot of egos involved and things like that. But, figuring out how to make a unit as cohesive as possible is definitely a great skill to have because when you get, down the line, whether it's in the work environment or whatever, you're going to have to figure out how to have a cohesive unit, which is, very important. And then you learn, what are some of the best and worst practices. And, for me, it was specifically as a leader. So I was captain my junior and senior year. I was named captain after our sophomore season because we basically had no seniors too. So it's like, all right, who's next up? But, I always will say, like, I was kind of a lead by example guy, but I wish I was a bit more vocal. I wasn't quite there, but as I got older, I became more vocal. Then, like, senior year, I was up there telling guys, like, listen, if you're not going to get here on time, you got to, there's the door. But, there's definitely things that I learned through that process. And, just, that ties into my next point of maintaining, a good culture in your team. It's one thing to have talent, but if the culture isn't right, you're going to struggle a little bit. Or the talent might not flourish the way it would because you don't have that cohesive unit. And then, the last thing, which I believe I mentioned already, was, holding people accountable and holding yourself accountable. Because, I feel like in life, that's probably one of the biggest things in determining if something is going to be successful or not. Is how well are people held accountable. Those are just probably some of the things, a small set of the things I learned from basketball, aside from, studying everything you do, things like that. But, I'm grateful for it. And also provides me some entertainment,
Yeah, you just said a lot of things. You kind of touched me when you was talking about the homeless too. What caused them to go there. Like sometimes we may never know what caused somebody, but what came in mind, did you ever see the family that prays together stay together?
No, I don't think so. That's Tyler Perry one.
Yeah, yeah. And it was like this guy that was really a bum, but he was smart. He was in finances. Like the guy kind of got rid of him. The lady's son that owned the company got rid of him, but he still kept advising this other lady that she kept a secret partners in this company. Then when her son tried to overtake her and take the company, like the guy came back and like he used to come into the lady diner and eat, and they used to feed him. And the lady in the diner, her daughter used to say, "Why do you do this for this man?" And like she never even knew, and nobody even knew. Like he was advising her, and they owned so many shares in the company, and it was because he was so smart, but her son got rid of him. So you never know what them people can do and what them people have, because they do have experience too. And another thing that you was talking about, being vocal. All the time, you don't have to be so loud.
Right.
Your actions will let people follow you quicker than sometimes your mouth will. Because like that's just some things that I just learned in my life. Like it's like times like I was captain too, and I was but most of the time, if you leading by example and you setting a good example, people gonna pick up on that, and you don't even gotta open your mouth.
Right.
You know?
Right. And I'm also thankful that when I challenge you, you eventually come around.
You know what? And I'm thankful. I meant to tell you that too. And I meant to tell you because I like to say that this has been like, like I said, like it really helped me. Because I know I could be stubborn. I could be set in some ways. And like I really realized that ain't the best, because I got to continue to grow. And like you have pushed me, and like, and I thank you for that. I thank you for that, because like you just don't know, like even with the job now, some things that you said to me weeks ago, now you know what, I love that job more. And like I'm saying, it ain't the greatest paying job, but I'm good. I enjoy the people that I'm working around with, or the people there. I like them. I'm there. Like sometimes it ain't all about making the money and making all like that. The best thing that you can have in life is peace. And it go another thing to be thankful for, because I got some peace today. I got more peace than I had back then. And I'm just grateful. I'm just totally grateful.
My man.
My son.
You want to take us out of here?
Well, I guess we can say, yeah, I guess I could take us out of here. No, you gotta take us out of here.
What?
Cause you didn't, you had to take us out of here.
Cause I didn't want.
Huh?
Cause I didn't want.
No, you got, cause you didn't open up with you're not gonna get me. No, you're not gonna get me.
Good point. All right, touche. All right, as always, first things first. What's the first thing? Thank you all for listening to another episode of the podcast. We appreciate your love and support. Also, if you haven't already, round 2 of merch is coming. Get your pre-orders in, people. People have already been hitting me up like, yo, I need that hoodie and t-shirt bundle. $39. Great value. Get at me. So either email me at NoStoppingKev@gmail.com. Feel free to text me if you got my number. Also, you can DM me on Instagram or Facebook. And I'll also be circulating an order form. It'll be very short. You can, do everything you need to do. But make sure you order your No Stopping Kev merch. Because we, the love and support that you show us, give you an opportunity to show the world and also spread awareness about what we're looking to do here, or what we are doing here. Secondly, Where can people find us, Dad?
Don't put me.
Apple
Go ahead.
Podcast, Spotify, YouTube, Google Play, Podbean, and Stitcher. Oh wait, and your creation, Spotify.
I don't even know. Excuse him sometime.
You don't get it?
No.
Because you be saying Spotify. That's not a thing, so that's gonna be your creation.
Oh, that's my creation?
Yeah, that's the platform you're working on. Spotify by KB. Spotify, a KB product. Spotify. Just say it one more time for the people.
No, I'm not saying it no
You
more.
can't say Spotify?
No.
Please, one time, Dad.
No.
If you just say it one time, I'm gonna let you go.
You gotta go. You better get to. You got to go. You got to go. Coach.
With just one time for the one time.
No. Spotify.
Hey. All right, man. Thank y'all for tuning in. You got anything anything you want to leave the people with?
You know, I really enjoyed this show today because, like, you know what? I'll probably think of a whole lot more things to be thankful for. And, like, I want to say thank y'all for tuning in today, and God bless y'all.
And also, if you haven't already, when you close out of this episode, take a moment, meditate to yourself, say in your mind or out loud 3 to 5 things that you're thankful for, and just try to apply that to your day. You know, if you can make it part of your daily routine, you know, in the morning, you know, as part of positive affirmations, or just midday, or even when, you know, you're just in times of hardship, 3 to 5 things to be grateful for. And I guarantee it's going to kind of shift your mindset, get you thinking in a more positive light, so that, you know, you can continue, you know, pushing on and pressing on, so that you can get through your tough time. Because remember, tough times don't last. Tough people do.